Next on Worcester News tonight, the city continues to have conversations with the Pawtucket Red Sox in hopes of bringing them here to the city. Some local businesses are anxious for their response. Plus, a study has been released showing the best places to get married in 2018, where Worcester lands on the list. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. As we approach the start to February, the Pawtucket Red Sox still find themselves without a deal for a new stadium. Here in Worcester, the city continues to have conversations with the team in hopes of luring them out of Rhode Island. And one local business owner is anxious to see what happens next. Our Cam Jandro joins us now live with those details. Cam?
Yeah, Anna, Paul Harrington wasn't sure how serious the city's Paw Sox bid was until he saw Larry Lucchino walking through his parking lot. And as the city and team continue to have conversations, Harrington is hoping for one thing: a buyout.
Paul Harrington's business sits on Madison Street, where Worcester is proposing to build a stadium for the Paw Sox. If a deal happens, he believes he'd have to relocate.
It would help the city of Worcester, help them out. It's a great spot. So I'm excited that they're going to buy me out, number one. And number two, I get to go find another location and keep doing auto glass.
Harrington opened Paul's Auto Glass in 1996. He says he was offered $800,000 for his land when a slot parlor was in talks with the city. His is one of the few businesses in the area.
This area is very, very run down, and it could use a boost, and the Paw Sox would be the perfect fit for it. It's got traffic in 146, Route 290.
Last week, Rhode Island House Speaker Nicholas Mattiello described a plan to build a new ballpark in Pawtucket as dead. At-large City Councilor Mo Bergman says Rhode Island's struggles to close a deal benefits Worcester.
We're going to have to be competitive in what we're offering the Paw Sox in order to draw them out of Rhode Island. But obviously, it's a much better scenario for Worcester if there's a lot of negative discussion down in Pawtucket in the Rhode Island legislature.
For now, the city remains in talks with the Paw Sox, and Harrington says he's anxious about his future.
I just want them to come up with an answer soon. It's like I'm waiting. It's like a kid at Christmas. I'm waiting. If they say yes, you're coming, that's great. If not, then business as usual. Keep going.
Now, we reached out to the office of the city manager to see if the city has made another pitch to the team, but we were unable to get a comment. Anna?
Thanks for that report, Cam. According to a recent study done by Wallet Hub, Worcester falls pretty low on the 2018's Best Places to Get Married list. The personal finance company compared more than 180 of the biggest U.S. cities across 23 key indicators of cost effectiveness, convenience, and employment. The data set ranges from average wedding costs to venues and event spaces per capita to hotel availability. Worcester ranks 179th out of 182 cities. Venues in Worcester disagree with where the city falls on the list. Staff at Mechanics Hall describe the various offers they provide, including a historic venue in the heart of downtown, experience, and value. They feel Worcester has a lot to offer for couples.
It's a very personable place to be, and I think people are very passionate about what they do here, and there's so many options within our city limits. It's within walking distance of hotels, so it's easy access. It's right off the highway. It's a great central location, so it is accessible by so many people.
No doubt about it, all angles are important to look at, considering, according to Wallet Hub, the average couple shelling out over $35,000 for their big day. Employees of a Barre pizza shop are being credited tonight for their quick actions. The workers fought back when a masked man attempted to rob the store, but they say the real shock came when they realized who he was. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
Surveillance video captures a man running into Northeast Pizza and Barre with a gun.
He had the gun at my friend's face, and he proceeded to hop over the counter, and he had my friend in a chokehold against this wall.
That's when cook Trevor Kosla fought back, grabbing the suspect and struggling with him, his brother also stepping in to help.
The adrenaline came. He was strong, so it took me and my brother to get him down.
My brother was wrestling him, so all I wanted to do was make sure nobody got hurt.
When the man jumps over the counter and tries to get away, Kosla and other employees tackle him to the ground. Kosla says the suspect looked at him and said, "You know me."
We know him very well.
Turns out the suspect, Sean Colson, is a former manager of the business but was fired in July. He told Khosla it was just a joke and was using a fake gun.
That is not a funny, even if you came in here, you know, if it was a joke, you have a weapon in your hand, you're fully concealed. That's scary on its own. That's a red flag.
Police say they don't recommend people fighting back, but say what the employees did is commendable.
It was a very brave and courageous thing what they did, and they did an excellent job in doing it.
Khosla says he doesn't feel like a hero, although the owner of the pizza shop thinks so.
It gave me chills watching what they did, the way they stood together.
And Khosla says he would do it again to protect his friends.
If the weapon were real, which it wasn't, it could have been used, and I wasn't about to let that happen, you know? I'm not saying I'm high and mighty or anything, it's just I saw a chance to take him down and I pounced.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Auburn police and fire on scene of a two-car crash this afternoon. Police say a car drove through a stop sign without stopping and hit another car. The crash happened at the intersection of Rockland Road and Weathered Street. One person was transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. And there's a new warning from police in Auburn. They say in just the last 24 hours, there have been 2 reports of people passing counterfeit $100 bills at local businesses. Police say the bills are high-quality counterfeits and were designed to fool the normal safeguards. Police believe the men who passed the bills are from New York. In an effort to be closer to companies and other researchers, Worcester Polytechnic Institute has opened a new center in Boston's Seaport District. Wednesday, the school showed off some of the work being done in many different fields. Our Brittany Schaefer has the story.
In an effort to be closer to companies and other researchers, Worcester Polytechnic Institute has opened a new center in Boston's Seaport District. Wednesday, the school showed off some of the work being done in many different fields. Our Brittany Schaefer has more.
Worcester Polytechnic Institute has expanded to the Seaport District of Boston. President Lori Leshin says it's a great way to bring the 2 largest cities of New England together. The ribbon is cut, celebrating the opening of Worcester Polytechnic Institute Seaport in Boston.
With this launch, we open a new chapter for WPI, embodying our goal to elevate our impact in communities around the Commonwealth and around the world.
The 6,400 square foot space offers classrooms and meeting spaces, as well as an opportunity for students and area businesses to work together. WPI President Lori Leshin says it will be good for both Worcester and Boston.
It's great for Worcester and WPI because it brings our amazing students, our fabulous faculty, and our groundbreaking research closer to the companies in Boston that can most benefit from it. And it's great for Boston because they get to take advantage of all that WPI has to offer.
The Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce president says the Seaport District is the perfect spot to expand the school.
To have a presence here in Boston helps, I think, market not only WPI, but what Worcester and Central Mass has to offer. Right here in the Seaport District, which is red hot. Some people say the 2 hottest places in Massachusetts are the Seaport District and Worcester, so there's some synergy there.
Worcester Mayor Joseph Petty says Boston has attracted big companies and more might be on the way, and the expansion of WPI brings the cities closer together.
Just expand our connections, and WPI students coming down here and doing some projects and getting to know the businesses here. General Electric will be here, Amazon, so who knows what's going to happen here next.
Now classes will begin at this facility in the next few months, and students can use it as a meeting space as of today. In Boston, Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
President Donald Trump delivering his first State of the Union address Tuesday night. The president calling our union strong. He outlined his economic successes, saying he enacted the biggest tax cuts and reforms in American history. Boston Mayor Marty Walsh says the president has some work to do, and the nation needs to get to a point where Democrats and Republicans agree with each other.
When he talks about tax cuts and how some of these tax cuts haven't gone into effect yet, and he's talking about already employees are getting thousands and thousands of dollars of bonuses, and it's going to be $4,000 for an average American seen in their tax return. I'd be willing to bet a year from today, when people file their taxes, I like to ask them, do they see $4,000 in their tax return? I'd be willing to bet the answer is no.
The president set an ambitious agenda for his second year in office, starting with a $1.5 trillion investment to rebuild the nation's infrastructure. It's become a more popular sport the last few years thanks to the Olympics. And with only 4 clubs in the state, the Petersham Curling Club says they've almost doubled in size. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
A throw of a stone and quick sweeps. Sky Pedalero has found her sport in curling.
I think it's really fascinating. It really is like chess on ice. You have to think like 5 moves ahead in order to make, get points, and it's really exciting.
Pedalero was inspired to start curling after watching the Olympics. That's when she joined the Petersham Curling Club. It's the only curling club in Central Mass and one of 4 in the state.
I signed up immediately. I went out, I did the basic training, and then I was like, okay, sign me up. I am totally in.
Players slide stones down a sheet of ice to a circular target. Vincent Bill Purple is the last surviving founding member. At 93 years old, he's been with the club for nearly 6 decades.
It was opened in 1960 and had a very, very fantastic relationship with all members. It was a marvelous place to be in the wintertime.
Purple says curling has grown in popularity since it gained TV time during the last 2 Winter Olympics, and the club has doubled in size.
I just enjoy watching it, immensely so, and I'm pleased because it is a great sport. I'm pleased that more people have the opportunity to see what's going on and to participate.
Members say the sport still isn't very common in the United States, but with the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang around the corner, they expect more people will sign up.
It's getting a lot more exposure, and we're more than excited to have new people come in and ask us about it.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.